Hello, everybody, and welcome to our new type of segment that we are going to be doing on this isn't even WFN. This is like the variety section. This is that SOS thing in the top
Yeah,
corner.
we like other things too.
Yeah, we try to, we're diverse people deep down, deep down. So
We're like,
diverse that here it's Pika Man.
we're like an onion. We have layers.
All right, Shrek. I see you. I see you. We haven't gotten to that anime yet, but
We'll
we'll
get
get there at some point. But how start off? How are we doing? What is since this is the first episode? What is Pokemon meant to you through your lifetime? Get deep with it.
Man, card collecting, game playing, friend making. Uh, I don't know, endless hours of trying to chase something down. It's a lot. It's a lot to deal with.
It is the most dominant Nintendo product out there in the world today,
I think technically it's bigger than Nintendo.
and it's a wild statement with everything going on, and it only grows bigger every single day, and it's incredible that even with the transformations and the different layers, not just us has layers, Pokemon's had different layers throughout time. That everybody still goes back. You still see kids, little peoples rocking the Pikachu, rocking the Bulbasaur, rocking the Charmander, rocking the 150, the OG, the Indigo League. That's what everybody looks back as the fondest memories, whether they like the new stuff or not. No one looks back on the first season badly. It's
Yeah,
got that pure nostalgia.
yeah, and that's rare because some of these shows, the first season is rough.
Yes. Which these first couple episodes they're fun and they're character building, but as far as like building, I'm surprised as a child, and I think this is why we're covering it the way we didn't really realize it younger, because you'd watch it in blocks. You wouldn't just watch one episode. You would watch like the 5 or 4 or whatever you had, like that was gonna run back to back to back. So that's what makes it kind of better. But like seeing, can't imagine watching one at a time now. It's rough.
That's how it was back in the day, man. We'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place.
No. Come back. But with that kind of being said and getting all that out there, like the title and the description is going to say we're going to cover the first 5 episodes of the series, and we're going to cover it by the week, just like we would watch it as a kid, and we would see it every day. And it was kind of fun seeing the poker rap at the end, culminating all the 150. And that was one thing you held yourself to, is like, oh, I want to see. Are they going to add everything in there? And that was half the fun. And the Who's That Pokemon, those are all the classics, run all the gimmicks.
Did they even keep that going after the first season? Like, there's no more poke raps.
I feel like the second season might, but I haven't seen the second season in a long, long time.
I've never gone past Kento Island.
I can understand that. But with that being said, we will go into kind of the first episode, the start, and also kind of the elephant in the room here of why this series is kind of happening as well. Unpopular opinion, Ash kind of sucks. Kind of not great. It's kind of he's.
I know he's like 10 and he doesn't know anything and learning, but there's other 10-year-olds who are picking it up way
Gary,
Or-
the G,
Oh, not
the goat,
RY.
the goat,
No,
Gary.
there's no goats in Gen 1.
But with that being said, it really shows in these first couple episodes of how Ash is he's struggling along, and he gets the help from his friends and learning and such.
Yeah.
It shows why it was.
He gets kitty badges.
It shows why it was centered towards children. You besmirched Ash, and Ash came in and took the light out.
Wait, don't take my light away just because you got some pity badges.
That being said, speaking on that, the pity of him in the first episode being the last one to show up and getting Pikachu as the the last Pokemon because he wanted all wanted the Charmander, wanted the Bulbasaur. If you played the game, how would you feel if you got left the Pikachu? In perspective,
I would have just been happy that I got a Pokemon.
That's fair.
Because, like, what am I supposed to do? Wait till I'm 11 and try again next year? I just got a whole year of being like, oh, I hope I don't oversleep again.
Hope Mom doesn't forget to tell me about pack of underwear again.
Yeah, Professor Oak, here's my phone number. Catch anything, you call me.
Right? When Gary brings it back, I want one.
Mm-hmm. You know what? Just give me one of them. Like
he's got plenty. He's
gonna put it in the box. He's gonna forget about it. He's not gonna use it. Just make it happen.
But so a lot of the episode is just kind of, and I will go with the episode title because it does say everything, and that's why I'm looking down to make sure. I Choose You is the episode title, which is kind of, I get it because of the Pokemon thing, but he didn't choose him. He was forced him. This is a very, I mean, look at the picture in the background. That's a forced relationship here. This is not
Pokemon episode 1. I'll take whatever's left.
I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah. Do you have anything?
But as what happens in most of the time in a lot of these episodes, I mean, the simplest of the episode is Pikachu saves the day at the end of the day after refusing to go into the Pokeball and getting dragged around by a rope the entire time using the rubber gloves.
Got big rubber gloves on. He's dragging Pikachu down the street on a rope.
And then gets attacked by the Spearows. I'm even leading you into this because I know how bad you like to talk about things like this, and I'm serving this up on a silver platter. Dude, are you going with the what happened with the Thunderbolt? Is it a concussion? Is it this? Is Ash in Dream World at this point? Or are we running with that theory? I'm letting you. The floor is yours over here.
I have read the Ash is in a coma theory, and it makes a lot of sense. And the further we watch these episodes, the more I'm convinced that he is in a coma. Because, like, first of all, that thunder shock.
That's a big shock. It took out, like 50 Spearows? That was a lot of Spearows.
It engulfed the whole building, and the sky turned dark. So if Ash is in a coma, Misty, Brock, Nurse Joy, all them, they're all dead. Crispy. And he's the only one that survived probably because of the rubber gloves.
It's all in the rubber gloves. They kept him alive, kept his heart alive. But because you led into it a little bit with that.
I'm starting to lean towards.
And then there was the legendary Pokemon that did fly across at the end, which kind of feeds into that theory as well. And it looked like they did it with some sort of sleeping powder or something. So there's also that theory as well. There's a whole bunch of Pokemon theories.
Pokemon Gold. How Ash seeing this thing like 4 years ahead of time? Oh, he's the chosen one.
He's got some Final Destination stuff right. Final Destination stuff right there.
Homeboy battled a Metapod versus a Metapod. I don't want to hear this.
hey, no spoiler alert. Next one is Pokemon Emergency. So this is, when they're going to take care of Pikachu after the giant, the explosion, them going and fighting Team Rocket for the first time, as well as this is our first introduction in episode 2 to Miss Misty as he takes her bike and sprints to the hospital, and she will never let him ever forget about this. I don't ever think, and that's the entire reason why she is here right now.
Those are a bike.
She's a whole gym leader.
Mm-hmm. He threw off the whole course. She's probably just gonna go back home and go back to training her Pokemon. Now she's on this coma adventure with Ash.
As you said, she follows them back, and then Team Rocket come in, and they try to, save the day as they will for themselves.
Yeah. Team Rocket.
What is your initial thought of Team Rocket? The first meeting of them. What is your kind of as goofy as you remember?
My first thoughts now or my first thoughts back then?
Give me a little bit of both.
Back then, I was like, oh God, these guys are probably going to be trouble. Now I'm like, oh, here we go. Here's the entertainment. Like when they come in with their
I
song,
was definitely I
they
was
got the
definitely as a kid when they play them later on when they're kind of like like ugh and they're like falling asleep, like that was me as a child. So I was like, they're just gonna win, but it is entertaining now.
yeah. I love the way like they do their silhouettes and they got these big dramatic poses when they do their intro song. Like they're so over the top. I'm here for it.
I could see that, but I mean it ends as most of them end. I mean Pikachu, Thundershock,
And Team Rocket
GG's.
off again.
Yeah. Leading into the third episode where we find Caterpie for the first time, which Misty once again whole gym leader and is scared of a Caterpie.
She's a 12-year-old girl who doesn't like bugs. She doesn't.
She never ran into a Caterpie. Okay.
No,
Okay.
she stays around the water.
Okay.
Her damn Starmie and Star, you don't even got a face.
Pokemon I'll Get You is the title of the episode, by the way.
Yeah, that's not a very good title.
It's not great. But yeah. I mean Caterpie ends up being caught by Ash. He ends up evolving into, well, spoiler alert, because you already mentioned the Metapod, but he ends up using String Shot to defeat Team Rocket.
Yes. Yes, he just said what you heard. A Caterpie used String Shot and defeated Team Rocket.
And then evolved into the said Metapod that we are here today.
Also, I don't think Ash battled it before catching it. I think he just threw a Pokeball
I'm
at.
pretty sure he just threw it at him, and yeah.
So what? A level 2 String Shot took out Team Rocket. This boy is in a coma, son.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you.
And then they
Yeah,
ran into all the Beedrill.
that would be the next one when we are Challenge of the Samurai. So this is when they decide to go Metapod on Metapod in the worst battle of hardening I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, there was one for the ages. At least they got the boring battle out the way.
This one is the first one though I can say. I mean the first episode did have it a little bit. This one had that a little bit of an emotional draw to it of once they got in there. I mean at least as a kid, I know, especially for me, it hit the here. Like when the Metapod gets taken and they gotta go rescue him and gets split open trying to save them. Like the Butterfree comes out and you're like, oh. And as a child, like, and still now, I mean, I see a Butterfree. I'm like, I want to catch the Butterfree. It's a
Yeah,
Butterfree.
yeah.
And if you look at the games and you play with them in the games, the Butterfree's not great. Butterfree doesn't do that much.
I've never had a super amazing Butterfree.
But you always want one.
I always have one. I always.
Mm.
It's never like on my team at the end.
Mm.
Oh God, here we go.
Butterfree, and stop talking bad about the baby faces.
I'm not. I was complimenting it. I guess I should put it on my final team.
But that was and it was a lot of explaining. And I guess this is really what it's supposed to be getting down to with Pokemon is his lessons along the way of the samurai telling him that he would never leave his Pokemon like that. The heart and the love and everything like that.
Yeah.
Yay.
And what about Ash going up in his gym and trying to give him his training techniques?
See, yeah, no, that you're getting too far ahead. You're talking about Akira. That's next week's episode.
How is this not the same guy?
It's not. One had a Sandshrew and one had a Metapod.
I thought it was the same guy.
That's all good. We watched 2 weeks, so it's okay. We're ahead. So stay tuned, and I believe it's like episode 9 or something where we talk about Akira.
Okay.
we gotta go through for Misty and Clefairies and all sorts of stuff before that.
No, I thought he just ran into this dude in the woods.
No, this is just this is like bug catcher Jim basically.
Okay, yeah, yeah. We just left Pallet Town.
Yes. But then that leads us into our fifth and final episode of the week, and that is where we are Showdown in Pewter City, which another one where they've really tried to tug at some heartstrings here with Brock's background, and we're we're to believe that his dad is a failure gym Pokemon leader and left them, but's been secretly watching them as he struggles to raise all of these children.
Also, he lives like within the neighborhood, so he can keep an eye on. He didn't even move to another block.
But like, if he's that close, why not just take care of each?
I I don't know, man, because Brock is so much better at it, and what was his excuse? He tried to be a Pokemon trainer and he failed, so he didn't. He felt shame and he didn't want to go back home. Sa Japanese. Yo, just go back home. Just go back home, dog. You got all them kids. You got all them kids. Where's your wife at?
That is true.
Is
I think
she
he
a
did
real
say it.
Pokemon trainer
I
too?
think that his mom passed away. I want to say Brock said that at some point.
Hey,
I can't
someone had to get out of there.
remember. I mean, but it starts off with him going in there and trying the first time with the Pikachu and getting mollywalloped by the Onyx, as should
As
be
it,
the case, as it should be, and then deciding that instead of going and battling other Pokemon and training your Pikachu to get better or getting other Pokemon, you have someone offering you some water Pokemon that would have been strong against the rock type.
yeah.
Instead, you decide to I don't want to use the T word out there, but force the Pikachu to get stronger by working out
Mhm.
and putting it through water to make it stronger, showing that it was in actual pain.
I mean, he's a bad trainer. And he went back to the gym and he was losing again.
And he would have lost if it wasn't for the children.
The sprinklers went off.
Yeah.
First, the children.
Yeah, the children stopped at first. Stop! Oh!
So
And then the sprinklers.
battle stops. And then the sprinklers go off. And then Ash is like, Pikachu, Thunderbolt, now.
The ultimate opportunist, Ash Ketchum.
Right?
Really
Still
cash
does.
in that money in the bank to get that badge.
And then somehow Brock just gives him the badge like when he's leaving. That's pity badge number one.
That's first of I
One.
believe is gonna be. It's not gonna end there with the pity badges, but this episode is wrapping up to an end for us because we are at the end of our. We're not going to give you a fancy poker wrap until maybe at the end of the season we can whip something together for y'all and see what we can do after we've seen it 10 bajillion times by that point. But we appreciate y'all for kind of tuning in and checking out this new kind of edition. As we're trying to throw more content out there, let us know what you'd be interested in. I'll be honest, we gonna be spitballing, and whatever we watched lately and whatever we feel lately, we just gonna put out there and see what sticks and how people feel. And the way I look at it, if we watching something, why not give some commentary on it and see who wants to look in the commentary, who agrees, who doesn't agree. Are we crazy, not crazy, all that good stuff.
And let us know in the comment section who your favorite Pokemon is.
Yes, how do you feel about the first 5 episodes?
I've always been very attached to Blastoise myself.
Okay, that's a good pick. Tune into the next episode to find out what my favorite Pokemon is. Ooh. Look at that, hitting that cliffhanger from y'all. And there's me. That's SOS Rampages right on down there. Check me out on the channel and all that good stuff. And right on over there is
SOS Farm right there in the corner. I'm all over the place. Find him, find me.
Yep, and we will check y'all next time. And peace.